That was Money in the Bank 2025, and while the internet's already doing its thing with hot takes and fantasy booking, I thought it was a great show, but let's break it down real talk style. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match delivered big time for me, the moment where Rhea was buried early by Julia and Roxanne, and from there it was chaos in the best way possible. Alexa Bliss and Roxanne Perez had hit dueling code reds onto the ladders. The Devil's Kiss on the ladder was a big spot that the crowd loved. Bakir showing superhuman strength, climbing the ladder with Julia on her back, huge moment. And finally, Naomi secures the briefcase, capping off one of the most committed heel runs we've seen in a while. Becky and Lyra Valkyria showed out again. It wasn't as good as the first match, but it was a sensational sequel. Big moments, the Superman handle slam, both women hitting finishers outside the ring, which led to an edgier seat near countout spot. I thought it was going to hit 10, and we'd get a double countout. In the end, it would have been better for Lyra to take a countout. She would have retained, but still a huge spot. We finished with a roll-up again, continuing the theme of how perfectly and evenly matched they are. Per stipulation, Lyra had to raise Becky's arms. It got a little cheeky. Becky pushed it a little too far. Wanted the belt wrapped around her waist and gets hit with a suplex in a heated moment post-match. The feud is clearly continuing, so I say run it all the way to SummerSlam. I'm good with this. They keep putting on bangers. Why not one more, maybe two more? Also, with Becky as Intercontinental Champ, it adds instant credibility and prestige to that title. Now, the men's ladder match, you could honestly break this down for an hour, but let's hit the essentials. Solo Sikoa was hilarious. His facial expressions, his mocking of the other stars' gimmicks, the guy was straight up gold. And then, boom, the line that changed everything. Solo, I hate you. Jacob finally turns, possibly the biggest pop of the night, and the biggest moment of the night. So, I don't know if he's gonna go full baby face. I'd like to see that happen because he's so over with the crowd. We'll see. The entire supporting cast shine. El Grande showed out. Andrade showed out. LA Knight was sensational as always. Penta had big moments, but in the end it was Seth winning the briefcase with a little help from the Bronze. This feels like a setup to maybe cash in as soon as Monday right after Jay and Gunther. Now let's talk about the main event. It was scrutinized online, but honestly I thought it was great. Cena and Logan didn't mash, tensions and miscommunications throughout the match. Jay and Cody had great chemistry and they worked like clockwork. And I gotta give credit, Jay, often criticized even by me, held his own in this match. But the moment of the night was the return of R-Truth, costing Cena the match, which led to Cody pinning Cena, as real kayfabe predicted. So with that pin, Cody has a path back to the title. Will it be SummerSlam? Will it be sooner, Night of Champions? Will they do it at all? That's the big question. I think he gets a rematch at SummerSlam, and I'll go into my predictions on that later. The biggest question of the night, R-Truth. Was he really released or was it a swerve? Did WWE cave to the backlash and give him a contract? Heated debates are going on X and social media. I respect all opinions, but in my opinion, I think it was a work the whole time. The merch instantly dropped. The return had all the beats of a classic WWE twist. And this wasn't just goofy R-Truth. It felt like the reintroduction of Ron Killings. We'll see where he goes with that. I think he's going to be a more serious character, and the comedy, although maybe not completely gone, definitely watered down. We may even get a feud between Ron Killings and John Cena, a la 2011. But now, my only real gripe with the show was the ads. 7-Eleven logos on turnbuckles, Fireball liquor ladders, Cash App logo on the briefcase, canvas ads everywhere. It felt like watching a YouTube video with 5 pop-ups at once. And I get it, TKO needs and wants to make their money, but if this keeps up, we're going to end up with hell in Chick-fil-A Cell next year. Overall, I give the show a solid 7 out of 10. Great matches, storytelling, a few massive moments, and yeah, way too many ads, but I really enjoyed it. This was Real Talk. If you enjoy these kinds of straight-to-the-point reviews, consider subscribing. But either way, I appreciate you watching. Till next time, y'all. Thank you. This was Real Talk.